Ask and you shall receive. I asked you for your feedback and I received it in quite some volume, over 500 comments referencing new players to potentially buy for this season. I've added a number of them to the shortlist and they are being scouted currently. They are as follows. Tyler Adams, currently at Leipzig. Wait to see what he's at. Of course, we're looking for a box-to-box midfielder and a striker. Oscar Melendo is down as a right mid, but can play centrally, as you can see there, Cam. And to be fair, a stand tackle of 60 is probably good enough for the midfield in a box-to-box role, so could be used as a centre mid. Valverde we already had on the shortlist, obviously, but he's very expensive and probably too high rated for us right now, so I'm going to remove him. Similarly, Nicolo Barella. Haidara we were looking at, Lopez we looked at. Ruben Neves was one of the highest thumbs up comments. But he's at Bayern Munich at 87 rated on £175,000 a week. If he was still at Wolves, I'd have absolutely bought him. But in the scenario he's in right now, I don't think we're really of the calibre to be able to draw an 87 rated Ruben Neves away from Bayern Munich. So that's going to be no for now, but I'm not ruling out maybe having Ruben Neves at the club in the future. Still waiting on the scout report back from Renato Sanches, but I'm quite positive about that. Corentin Tolisso, he's 29 now, but kind of the understudy almost to Ruben Neves, been replaced in their starting lineup by Ruben Neves, and I'd certainly have him at the club here at Leeds, although he's 29 years of age and on a lot of money a week as well. Yuri Tielemans, yes, he's 87 rated, but he is still at Leicester. So it's not too far out the realms of possibility that we could draw him away from Leicester. It would be a move up in terms of calibre of club and league position. So that's an 87 higher rated player that you could say would be doable and agreeable. Bentancur is 87 rated and at Juventus. I'm still not sure about him. Expensive and on a lot a week. Bardi, he always gets recommended when it comes to these kind of box-to-box midfielder roles. And obviously, we know that he's very good. Wait and see what his stats look like at this stage. Yes, Matty Longstaff is at Juventus. I don't know how he's managed to pull that one off either, but he's done it. The older Sean Longstaff is still at Newcastle United, but he's not going to be that good either. I'm just going to scout him to reference him against his younger brother. Franck Kessié is always recommended as well with regards to good, strong central midfield role. Wait and see. Solid player. Wait and see what his stats look like at Leverkusen. Gravenberch is a player I've never really looked at, but supposedly physically he's pretty damned impressive, although we'll wait and see how relative those stats are. Still waiting for the full scout report back on Yazici. Chiesa we had on the shortlist, and then with regards to strikers, got Bril, Donald and Bolo, still waiting for that full scout report to come back. Marcus Thuram was recommended, so waiting for his scout report. Martinelli, although I'm not sure if he's going to be good enough. As you can see, 65 to 79 finishing certainly doesn't lean towards being good enough. Boadu, I think is how it's pronounced. We obviously had him on loan in a previous series this year. Could be used, but the one that really piques my interest is Donyell Malen. 85 rated, obviously absolutely rapid, strong too, great on the ball and good finishing. Prime target, Donyell Malen for striker. And then Odsonne Edouard is setting the world alight at Celtic this season. We'll wait and see what his stats look like. I'm not sure what his overall potential is. In fact, I shall have a quick look on FIFA now. Edson Oduard. Have I spelled it wrong? I have. Edouard, not Oduard. Odsonne Edouard. 85 potential, so he could grow quite well. So wait and see what those scout reports look like. But I'm heavily leaning towards Donyell Malen at the minute for striker. And then centre mid, I mean, Tielemans looks great. And we know Tielemans is a superb player. I'm keen to see what Renato Sanchez's actual stats look like, because he could be an absolute banger as well and not as expensive, which would mean we could spend a little bit more on the striker role. And then we'll wait and see what else other reports come back as for everybody else. So Atal is in the starting lineup. He'll make his debut today. Tomori is in the starting lineup. He'll make his debut today. And we start with Southampton. We follow that up with a game against Everton. We have Leicester at the end of the month. Maybe Yuri Tielemans will be playing for his new club against his old club at the end of this season. Or this window even. Can the team handle the pressure to qualify for the Champions League? Certainly at this stage now, in Season 5, qualifying for the Champions League is essential. This is our 4th season at Premier League level. Natal's arrival from Nice puts a real superstar in your hands. He will be great for the team, not just good for the team. I'm certain Natal will be an absolute success. Rotation is key though. Dalbert's not going to get as much first team football as he might want, but he was only ever a backup anyway, and he still will have the level of ability to be a good backup for us. But Malasia's been superb as a left back. He's going to continue on. So the side is looking really strong right now. Weak points are Shackleton in central midfield, and he'll obviously be upgraded soon as well. And Doucouré's dropped to 83, so it might not be long before Calvin Phillips has his starting spot back. Might have his starting spot back sooner rather than later, but depends how quickly we can improve his short passing, because I do want his passing to be better so that he can get involved in forward moves and not just be the break-up player that he previously was. That's why Doucouré is still in the starting lineup, because he can be involved both ways, whilst obviously still being that defensive rock. Right, Jean-Kevin Augustin, your first team spot is under threat. We might well be starting Donyell Marlon soon. Put in a good impression. Right, Saints. Anger's gun in goal for them. 4-4-2 again. Cedric, Tanganga, Armini and Thomas O'Connor. Frankowski, Verscheren, Ryan Christie and Nathan Redmond. And up top, Andres Martin and Danny Ings. Guido Carrillo only on the bench this time. He's been one of their best strikers against us recently. Juan Jose Pereira played against us last time for Southampton as well. He too is on the bench. Changes afoot at Southampton, just as there have been changes afoot here at Leeds United. Let's see which changes will have the bigger effect. Tyler Roberts into Jamie Shackleton. Jean-Kevin is there, but there's not much in the way of support. Here's Atal. Lovely turn. His first action as a Leeds player is very good indeed. Oh, Jesus, didn't know where that was going to drop. What an explosive start for Yusuf Atal. If he can keep that going, he'll be one hell of a signing for us. That was superb. More creativity there than we've seen for quite a while. Jamie Shackleton on the volley. Well blocked by Nathan Redmond. That's across here to Doucouré. I do have support. Was meant for Ben White. Doucouré again. Through the gap, looking for Tyler Roberts. Shackleton. Jean-Kevin. Augustin! Shoots wide. Danny Ings. Short to Andres Martin. Switch out here to Frankowski. For Sharon. Oh, Tamori tried to get there and couldn't quite do it. Here's Frankowski again. Through the gap, nicely picked off by Ben White. Forward into Jean-Kevin. His footwork was okay, but not good enough to get it away from Southampton man. And Ings will score. Couldn't get close enough to them to get the ball away or even challenge for a second time. And Southampton lead at Ellen Road. The first goal of the Premier League season is against us, despite all of our pressure at the other end. Just couldn't get near enough with Doucouré. I was then trying to switch to Emerson to cut in, but with the right stick flicks, couldn't get the switch to him quick enough, unfortunately. Well, despite all of our offensive pressure, we find ourselves 1-0 down after half an hour. But the way that we've been playing so far gives me confidence that we will fight back. Roberts, forward to Jamie Shackleton, driving into the space. In there to Augustin. Tyler Roberts drops the shoulder well. Jamie Shackleton is available. It wasn't the best of balls, but now he's got a bit of space. Jamie Shackleton. Good save by Angus Gunn. Similar opportunity in space and time to Danny Ings' goal there. Win that header. Oh, Tamori has, but it's not necessarily gone anywhere near the goal. Shackleton's done well to win that, though, and Doucouré will reach the ball first. We'll give it back to Jamie. There's Tyler Roberts. Back to Jamie. Oh, Jean-Kevin's touch was really heavy there. It took him away from goal. Come on. Let's make this pressure pay. We can't have the ball in and around their goal for such a long time in this game and not score. It was a tame effort from Jean-Kevin there. Tried to find the corner and he kicked it straight at the keeper. 5 minutes to go in the first half. We still trail, but we will not let up on that Southampton goal. Those half-time stats show you exactly why we're looking to sign a marquee striker this season. Someone that can put the ball in the back of the net on a regular basis. Let's hope that the second half we can actually do that before we sign the marquee striker. And then moving forward, I'm sure we'll be scoring more regularly this season, especially if we can be as creative as we have been in that first 45 for the whole season. We will have a successful year. Back to Shackleton, Jean-Kevin. Shackleton's going again. Well, go on then, Jamie. Put that through there to Yusuf Fattal. That's a hell of a cross, but unfortunately there is a defender in the way. Redmond has kept that in. Fattal can't quite get to it either. Slightly worried that I drew Emerson out of position there. Now Malassia's tucked very central. They could have gotten in behind there. For Sharon, forward to Andres Martin. For Sharon again. Finds Cedric. Catch that. Well done, Engel. Nicely done. Bowl this out looking for a towel. It will come short and just nod that inside. That's well done. Heavy touch by Jamie, but oh, go on, Yusuf. You're in. Such a great outlet already, Yusuf Fattal. Into the middle. And arriving, was Alain Saint-Maximin. But there was a defender there too. Shackleton. Doucouré. Back to Malassia. Down the line there. Saint-Maximin, well, that was a bit fancy and unnecessary. Oyarzabal has signed for Barcelona, as you can see. Oh, that's a strong challenge from Verscheren. Legally done, though, apparently. All right, well, if you can go in with that level of force, I'll do the same. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a lovely through ball. Emerson's just quick enough to deal with it. Doucouré driving forward, and Tyler Roberts will look for a towel. Quickly inside to Jean-Kevin, whose touch is heavy, but his turn is good. His strength is decent too. And Alain Saint-Maximin, with a little bit of footwork, can work himself into the box. Will drill it across. But not find a teammate. Going to need someone off the bench here. Jean-Kevin will come off here. And I'll bring Jared Bowen on. Move Tyler Roberts to striker. And then let's bring Phillips on for Shackleton and switch to Doucouré to a slightly more attacking role. 20 minutes to find an equaliser or something more. Shackleton quickly forward to Tyler Roberts. It could be that something more still. That was meant for Tyler Roberts. Again, Alain Saint-Maximin using that footwork well. Doucouré's arriving. Doucouré! Start as we mean to go on, shall we, this season? Not really having any luck in front of goal. Get me that new striker. 6 minutes left. It doesn't look like we're going to get this equaliser. Not that our overall play doesn't deserve it. How Doucouré didn't score a moment ago. They love to pass it to Doucouré at the minute. That was meant for Jared Bowen. Tyler, it's a lovely turn. Tyler with the acceleration. Tyler Roberts with a turn. Tanganga with a tackle. Tyler, pay attention to the football, please, mate. Jeeps. Just wouldn't turn there. Here's Jared Bowen off the bench to maybe have the impact. Oh, no. Win that header. Well up, Ben. The ball just keeps coming back towards the Southampton goal. Yusuf Fattal trying to get the turn in, but Armini deals with it. Malassia get to that no, and that's going to be a 1-0 defeat on the opening day to Southampton. It's fine. We were so creative in that game and so desperately unlucky not to score. So I'm confident that we will still have a successful season despite that. Oh, dearie me. Only the one shot, actually, in that second half, which was that Doucouré one off the post. Certainly could do with more options off the bench, but that's why we're buying some more players. So that those that are currently in the starting lineup, that are good enough to probably start, can be certainly good enough to come off the bench and have more of an impact. Fattal was great. It's clear to see why we bought him. He was brilliant in that game. Malassia is fine. He'll gain his self-confidence. I mean, it's not like it's his first season here. And no, Dalbert, we're not going to... Why are you talking about Dalbert? Leave him alone. He's not important right now. You felt you could have done better. Work harder, mate. Let's see what we can do now. We'll have a quick train, and then we'll see what other scout reports we'll get back between now and the game against Everton. So frustrated, though, to not get something from that first game. To be so good and still not get anything from it is particularly annoying. We'll get to the Everton game. We're 16th at the minute. We might drop even further. No, just 13th. We've actually gone up in the table. Right. Aha, here we go then. Actually, let's sort by position first. So, midfield-wise, Tyler Adams waiting for that still. Physically, he looks superb, though. And technically could be great, too. A genuine option and a cheap one, too. Haidara's 83. Decent, but there might well be better options. Ruben Neves is... Oh, not Ruben Neves. It was Renato Sanchez wanted to look at. 83 for him. But his potential is astronomical if you could get it going. 89 short pass, 80 stand tackle. For the fee, I think Renato Sanchez is going to be the one that I go for. Yuri Tielemans will be my more expensive backup, I feel. Bentancur's gone up to 88 now. Bardi's 82. Great technically, not so spectacular physically. I think Renato Sanchez is still leading the way. Sean Longstaff is 81 rated, so that's definitely a no. Gravenberch is 77, that's definitely a no. Yusuf Yazici. Yeah, I'm still leaning Renato. Striker-wise, Boadu's 83. Very similar physically to Daniel Marlon. Marlon, though, has more skills, but a lesser weak foot. But certainly Daniel Marlon is better technically. And Edouard is 82 rated. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go for Daniel Marlon, I think. Definitely Marlon. And at the minute, leaning towards Renato Sanchez. Let's see how much money we have left after we've made this Daniel Marlon signing. If you don't mind... Actually, is there anyone... Are you interested in Gazaniga by any chance? No. Okay. I don't think there's anyone else I'd be open to letting go, to be fair. Wingers. No. Midfielders. Well, Bogus, considering I've never used him, he's worth 10 million. I might add him to the transfer list, actually. Okay. Well, I'll offer you his valuation. My chief executive reckon he should be available under 50. That's certainly a jump above 50. I won't play too much hardball though. They seem to be adamant they want 60 plus for him though. I'm willing to be quite open negotiation wise. Certainly coming up by a large chunk each time. Oh, you take your time to think about that, are you? Alright, well, please say yes. Thanks. Everton away coming up next then, and then we'll try and get that Daniel Marlon signing for the next game. Pickford for Everton, they're playing 4-4-2 as well. Jonjo Kelly, Ben Gibson, Mason Holgate and Lucas Digne. Richarlison, Andre Gomez, Amin Harriet and Alex Iwobi with Moise Kean and Tammy Abraham up top. Strong Everton side, they're always decent against us. If we can be just as creative as the first game, but more or as clinical as Southampton were, one shot, one goal, then we'll be absolutely fine here. But it is never easy at Goodison Park, and we know that. We're not going to take anything for granted. Continue with the throw. It's gone all the way back there to Mason Holgate. Into the gap to Harriet. Oh, nicely done by Doucouré. Shackleton will look for Yusuf Fatal. And he's certainly quicker than Luca Digne. Certainly quicker than most people. I'm going to pull this back to Jamie Shackleton. Take a touch. Bury it, please. Jamie! Yes! One shot, one goal! We are being as clinical as Southampton were in the last game. Get involved. Moise Kean. Nicely intercepted by Tamori. Shackleton forward. Atal. Roberts. Doucouré again. We get that out to Atal. And quickly into Jean-Kevin. Tyler Roberts is there. Go back to Doucouré first. Try and get Alain Saint-Maximin to make a run in behind, but Jonjo Kenny read that very well. Moise Kean tried to flick it, but Tamori read that very well. Here's Richarlison. Nice ball inside. Moise Kean just lets it run across his body, and that fooled me slightly. This is good football from Everton. Tammy's making the run. Tammy against Fikayo Tamori. In this one, former Chelsea man versus former Chelsea man. Oh, that was probably a foul. Not that Moise Kean cares. Rifling that into the back of the net. And Leeds are pegged back. Everton 1. Leeds 1. I thought I'd just done enough to outmuscle him there so I could step in and then win the ball again. I thought, oh, I'll get another defender to him there. He reacted very quickly there. Moise Kean, and in the process of stumbling, lined up for the shot. Cracking finish. This is going to be a game and a half. Digne, Iwobi again. What's a hell of a cross. Tipped away by Engel. Doucouré will counter. He's closed me down there. Jonjo Kenny and Alain Saint-Maximin will race into that gap. Quick turn. Got support there. Tyler Roberts arriving. Is Jamie Shackleton again. And across here is Yusuf Fatal. I might have forced him a little bit too far wide. We pull it back again. Tyler swings and misses at it. Come on, Tyler Roberts. Oh, he always starts the season slow, Tyler, and then ends the season really strongly. I can't believe he's not buried that. Really good opportunity. Jamie Shackleton's playing well here. Yusuf Fatal is always an option out wide too. Dino with the delivery in. Moise again is killing me off. Ben White might well throw his arms up in the air. Why didn't you go up for it, mate? I was in control of the other defender there trying to clear it too. Moise Ken just found himself in between Tamori and Ben White, it seems. Well, Tamori tried to get... Nah, it's just another case of the defender not being aggressive enough in their attempted clearance. I hate crosses sometimes on this game because the defenders, you can press the right buttons. You tell them to clear it. They're in the right position, but they choose the wrong animation. And the attacker always wins the ball. Ah, that just feels out of my control as a user. Never mind, eh? 2-1 Everton. And Iwobi to deliver. Oh, good ball in. Tamori does get to that one this time. I mean, Harriet turns well. Emerson steps in. Home faithful call for a foul, but nothing given. And if I can find the right man here. No! Oh, dead pass, Alan! Yusuf Fatal was ready and waiting to race in behind. Oh, we just haven't had much luck since going 1-0 up, really. Shackleton inside. We're nearly at the end of the half. Doucouré out wide to Alan Saint-Maximin. Get forward, please, Malacia. You are good enough to do so. Saint-Maximin, terrible pass, under hit. Ball given away. We'll be 2-1 down at half-time. Fuck's sake. Inside there to Tyler Roberts. Cross to Doucouré. Saint-Maximin. Trying to keep it away from Everton at the minute. Shackleton forward to Tyler Roberts. Atali's out wide. Cut back nicely. Jamie's there on the edge of the box. Arriving here is Doucouré. Denied a goal in the last game. And that is over the top of the bar from him in this one. Tyler Roberts. Back to Doucouré. Here's Tyler again. Jared Bowen there off the bench. Austin. Or Augustin even. Jamie Shackleton. Equaliser. I mean, it's typical, isn't it? That the man that we're looking to replace in the starting lineup, one of the men we're looking to replace in the starting lineup, has scored both goals here against Everton. That's what we hope his replacement can do as well. But knowing that Jamie can do it off, well, presumably off the bench as well as in the starting lineup is great. Augustin with the assist there, but that's all he's done for me, basically, in the past 2 games. We're going to get a point at Goodison Park. We deserved a win from the first game, and I certainly earned that point there. We're still playing well. Apparently, I've no shots on target despite scoring 3 goals. I've only conceded 3 shots on goal in 2 games. It just so happens that every single one of them has gone in. That sort of misfortune in front of goal won't continue long term. So I'm pretty sure we don't need to worry about the defensive record being that bad for the entirety of the season. We just haven't had much luck in front of goal there. Jamie Shackleton was superb in that game. And again, proving that in some places, pace is all you need at times. But his movement is superb as well. 2 very strong defences. To be fair, it is the movement that really creates the goals for Jamie Shackleton. The way he arrives at the right place. Well then. They've accepted the 50.5 for Daniel Marlin. Let's negotiate that and get that done. Let's have him in, please. Daniel, have a seat. He's on 45 grand a week. I'll say important if he wants crucial. He certainly will have it. And he has. So he can have it. Oh, as long as possible, preferably. He's 24. So he'll sign long term. No release clause is fine by me. That we shall accept. And, oh, you beauty. He barely wants anything wage-wise. I'll offer him 60 grand a week. He'll probably accept that. Buzz in! We have ourselves a superb striker. Daniel Marlin, Atal and Tamori all in now. Oh, I'm so pleased that they accepted that 50.5 because that is a significant amount less than what they previously were asking for. That is wonderful. Oh, I'm pleased with that. Daniel Marlin in. Right now, we can go for... well, we can see how much money we've got left and then make a decision as to who to go for elsewhere. Hopefully, Engel will start to, or continue to improve. He kept 11 clean sheets last season and was vital in certain areas at times. I didn't have all scout reports back, did I? But it was strikers we were waiting for. Okay, fine. Let's get rid of all the strikers then, apart from Orlan. Thuram, Martinelli, Boadu, Edouard. Chiesa, he does look like he's going to be superb as a winger, but we're not looking for a winger right now, so we'll leave that. Right, I'm going to say no to Lopez. I said no to Sanson. I'll say no to Neves, purely because I don't think that's a realistic transfer for us to do right now. Say no to Haidara. Yazici, I'll say no. Bentancur. Bardi's not good enough. Longstaff. Kessié we're still waiting for. Gravenberch isn't good enough. Melendo we could do, and Tyler Adams we're still waiting for as well, actually. Doesn't look like he's that good with the ball at his feet. His ball control and dribbling isn't too high, Tyler Adams. We'll give it a few more days, let those final scout reports come in. A loan offer for Tyler Wright, and then we'll make an educated decision after that. Everybody on the shortlist right now, though, is there thanks to your suggestion. Chelsea will be the first game of the next episode. Have we had those scout reports back? Still no. Come on, man. Kessié. Adams. 85 rated. Oh, look at those physical stats. Jesus, wet. Oh, geez. He's not the box-to-box that I want. He's a holding mid. Those physicals are superb, but he's not going to be the box-to-box I want. Not with 55 finishing. I'm sorry, Tyler Adams. You're not the man. I'm still drawn towards Ronaldo, even though his finishing isn't as high. Yuri Tielemans, what is your finishing? 78. Oh, Yuri with a 5-star weak foot, though, he's going to be great. Kessié, he's got a 4-star weak foot. His finishing's good. He's good on the ball. Oof. Could be Kessié, you know. What's Melendo's finishing like? 78. He's not that good in the tackle, as we mentioned earlier, but... Ooh, let's get that report back on Kessié if we can. Have we been lucky and it's come in on the final day? It hasn't. Oh, dearie me. Tolisso could be good too, but Tolisso's not really the long-term option, is he, really? Because he's 29. I'll remove Tolisso. Renato Sanchez has always been a very good player to go for, and I never tend to sign him. Let me see what his overall potential is. Let me have a look on FIFA. Obviously, we can change that or affect that with his dynamic potential. He does have a potential of 85. Oh, Renato might be the one, you know. But Kessié looks good too. Oh, God, do I take a gamble on Kessié? He's high work rates. Sanchez is high too. Tielemans is medium. We know Tielemans is good, though. He's not as fast, but technically superb. Do I want that bit of pace? That's why Jamie Shackleton is as influential as he is. And it's why James Ward-Prowse wasn't. Because he was great technically, but didn't have the physical stats. Kessié's not rapid either. He's strong. I am going to go Renato, I think. And that would leave us some money later on in the season to think about doing something else as well if we need to. Are you, on the off chance, interested in Gazaniga? No. Bournemouth use him as a winger as well, actually, don't they? Use him out wide on the right-hand side. Strikers, wingers, midfielders. Bagoosh, you interested in him? No. Right, offer transfer fee. My chief executive reckoned he could be available slightly under budget. And he is available under budget. Well, that's a bargain. And he's not on that much wage-wise. Was it 30 something? Like 38, 36? Oh, 68. My bad. Someone else must have been on lower wages then. 4 years is fine. They're very determined as to what they want, aren't they? No release clause. I bet they don't give me an idea of what they want wages-wise, though. Of course they don't. Coming from a fellow Premier League side, I'm probably going to give him a little bit of a boost. And a £450,000 signing on fee. Buzzing. They are some fantastic signings. Tomori, Atal, Marlon and Renato Sanchez. That's probably the biggest leap we've had in player quality in the entire save thus far. To be fair. That's not the way around. I want to do that. There we go. Right. So, Tomori, Sanchez, Atal and Marlon are in. Renato Sanchez and Daniel Marlon will make their debuts tomorrow against Chelsea. I'm delighted with that window. Thank you for all of your suggestions. Tomori was someone that you suggested. Atal was someone that I picked out. Marlon was your suggestion. And Renato Sanchez, your suggestion. So, I think we've done really well there. Ben White is now 86 rated. I need a little bit more from Alan Saint-Maximin. But that side, 85 all across the top. 84, 83, 83 in the middle. 82, 82 out wide. Wing backs, 83, 86. It's just Engel that's slightly lower at 81. I could perhaps alter another one of my training modules to try and get him another little bit of a boost growth-wise. But that is certainly a fourth place challenging side, isn't it? 100% that's a fourth place challenging side. We can qualify for Europe this season. And we played well in both games against Everton and Southampton. We were just unlucky to only come away with a point. Chelsea will be difficult tomorrow, but then Leicester after that we should get 3 points from. I'm very positive about this season now. I've already saved it, haven't I? I have. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any further action. Click that notification bell as well. And tomorrow, Daniel Marlon and Renato Sanchez will make their debuts. I'll see you then.